Hello, world. What's up, guys? This is Dave and Auken once again, back again on the Fight Bananas podcast. How you guys doing? It is September 25th, Friday. We are 1 day post iKON Fighting Federation 1 live on UFC Fight Pass, and 1 day prior to UFC 253 Adesanya Costa. Man, I'm telling you, we're kicking it back old school right now, guys. I am not in the studio. I am driving right now. We're kicking it back old school. I got a microphone. I got the headphones on. I sound pretty damn good from a long night, long 50 hours. We'll get into that. And I just want to kick it with you guys. Let's just talk. I really want to wrap up, put a bow on one of the most successful shows, events that I've ever been a part of. Just iconic. We'll really get into that, kind of break down the card, break down some behind-the-scenes stories, the day of, a lot of stuff. It was just incredible. UFC Fight Pass, iKON Fighting Federation 1. And at the very end, I'll preview real quick the Adesanya Costa. We apologize we didn't get a fight breakdown. My main man, the Professor, John Radford, and I, especially for these really big championship title fights, we usually do a fight breakdown. With me traveling and coming out here to Biloxi, Mississippi for iKON, John Radford's killing it in the gym. His main man, Chris Mixon's going to be fighting pretty damn soon here next month. You know, hey, life happens. We got busy as hell. Content was still coming out. We had a great podcast. Numbers were outrageous for Hassan Askabov, who was the main eventer for iKON Fight Federation 1. And I guess let's just kind of kick it. Let's go there. iKON. This has been something that I have been talking about, been, chatting about, listening, conversations for a long time. Like, this has become a living organ, a specimen, like a living, just this breathing, item, this iKON Fighting Federation for a long time. I've just been so stoked for it. The future plans, so many great conversations we had over the last 50 hours. Keith Altre, matchmaker Dean Toole, about where iKON Fighting Federation's going. The countries they were listing, the states, the venues. It's going to be bananas, guys. Just stay with us. I'm telling you. We here at Fight Bananas, I do this in life. This is just a life lesson. This is like Uncle Dave talking to you guys right now. Undersell and overdeliver. Undersell and overdeliver. That's what iKON Fighting Federation did. So much big, humongous, gigantic things will be happening with iKON, UFC Fight Pass. I was talking with so many people last night. This will become the number one feeder system into the UFC, into Dana White Contender Series. The takeover is upon us. So let's get into it. Biloxi, Mississippi, the Golden Nugget Casino. God, it was just great. I'm not going to lie. It's been a hard 2020. We talked about that on end. Mixed martial arts has been, I think, ahead of the curve. It was just great to be at a casino. It was great to be around people getting tested. Everyone's just flying through with great colors. And it was just great to be, just out there. There was fans in the stands. It was awesome. But, okay, so weigh-ins are there. Everyone made weight. Every fighter was good, felt great, was clean. Just a Love it. Usually you do. You lose one. You lose a fight. It happens. But everyone was rolling. Roy Jones Jr. was in there for weigh-ins for the Roy Jones boxing. RJJ boxing. And it was just a really cool feel. I think people really understood the momentum of iKON and RJJ boxing and UFC Fight Pass. Everyone. Johnny Parsons, Tyler Hill, Dennis Hughes, Christian Lawson. I think everyone really, really felt this positive, kinetic energy. It was just phenomenal. So weigh-ins were great. We had a good time out there at the Hard Rock Casino. Just kicking back, telling some great stories. Good times. Next day happens, fight day. It was so cool. Big ups to TJ DeSantis, the voice of iKON Fighting Federation, the voice of UFC Fight Pass to me. TJ and I kicked it. We had a iKON 1 preview, like a fight preview. We broke it down. We broke down a lot of fights. It was a phenomenal conversation. 17, 18 minutes of gold. If you haven't listened to it, I know it's past, but just go back. See what we thought about the fighters and the fights, the fight of the nights, and where iKON's going in the future. Check that out on Fight Bananas YouTube channel. I think I threw it on the Facebook. It was hard. The day went by quick. It was so close of getting on UFC Fight Pass, but they couldn't kind of cut it up and put a B-roll on it, so it didn't make it. But, hey, it happens in the business. Trust me, so many times things are this close and doesn't. But it was cool just to do something for UFC Fight Pass. The day of the event felt so great. We were there so early, around 11, 12, 1 o'clock, getting stuff together. I was doing some behind-the-scenes stuff. Fight Bananas Official on Instagram. Fight Bananas on Facebook. I'm Dave Van Auken. Just throwing out pictures, videos, just the inner workings of the event, the fight game. Really, really cool. Great stuff. But let's get into it. The fights. We start off the night with Max Mustaki, Dana White Contender Series alum, really making a really quiet return to the ring. Kind of been off for a little bit. And Max is back. And he looked great. Max had a first round TKO. And he really kicked off the night in a great way. Then we went into RJJ boxing. A lot of great talent on that. We saw 4 matchups. Probably easily the highlight of the night was Michael Williams Jr., Roy Jones Jr., boxer, and it was just great. The crowd was animated and pumped. He got, I think, a second round, maybe third round, but second round TKO. Great body shot. The kid's going to be an absolute stud. I think he's 13 or 14-0. Great kid, great family. Keep your eyes on the boxing side, Michael Williams Jr. Then we kind of transitioned into a little amateur MMA scene. 3 fights. Try to get it in 1 hour because there's an hour gap between Roy Jones Jr. boxing and iKON Fighting Federation on UFC Fight Pass. So you want to keep the crowd going. You want to keep them pumped. You want to keep, the entertainment rolling. So they put 3 amateur fights. And it was kind of funny in a way. The third fight really butted up to the hard break. I think it was 9 o'clock Central Time, probably 10 o'clock Eastern Time for us Floridians. But the main event of the amateur show was 2 flyweights. Jacob Toledo and Carlos Andres. I'm sitting down literally next to Dean Toole and some other high-end key players there, and they thought it was one of the greatest amateur flyweight fights you have ever seen in your life. Just incredible. If you haven't seen it, I believe it is on the Fight Bananas official Instagram page because it wasn't on Fight Pass, so we went live, and it's, we made it into it's just on the page, just watch it. Just same thing, 15 minutes of great content. You will not be disappointed, I guarantee you. But it really, the buzz fell off so quick because we went right into iKON. We went into it. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Live on UFC Fight Pass. Going to quickly become the number one feeder system into the UFC. And we just kicked it off. Great show. I'll bounce around real quick. SD Dumas made his pro debut. Okay. SD was on the podcast this week as well. One of the most anticipated professional debuts in over, I would say, 2 years. First round management kid, a ton of John Jones analogies. Just a lot of similarities to maybe the greatest pound for pound fighter in the history of the UFC. And he did short work. First round submission, just looked phenomenal. SD Dumas, the Unbroken, the Reaper, the iKON. Keep your eyes out. Now I'm going to transition to another, and Dean talked about it on Extra Rounds with Dean Thomas, Ray Longo, TJ DeSantis this week. He doesn't do professional debuts on Fight Pass. It's just not how it works. There's levels to the game. You know, you grind out your amateur career, maybe undefeated, maybe not. Who knows? You just want to fight different folks for different strokes. You want to fight a wrestler. You want a grappler. You want to fight a boxer. You want to fight a brawler, southpaw. You just want to see different looks. Then you turn pro. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 on a regional scene kind of a show. Then you try to get on one of these top-end regional shows, maybe, God forbid, on a UFC Fight Pass. It's incredible. But to start your debut, your professional debut like SD Dumas and Alan St. Galas, who was fighting my main man, Rayvon Baxter, just incredible. These Baxter and Alan were middleweights. It was a middleweight contest. And, man, everyone said it. Alan, it was a basketball player, football player in his, pre-MMA. Humongous. 6'5". Long, lean, mean, strong. Like, the kid's got a humongous future. I was sitting right next to his corner, his main man, David Arvello, FRM, big shout out. One of my guys in the MMA industry. Love talking to him. I talk to him all the time. And when we talk, we sit on that phone for an hour. We get it all done, But he just said, he just felt like that ring rust. He hasn't fought in over a year, been training his ass off, and just really wanted to work it out. But same thing, man. I think second round TKO, it's like a win's a win in the game, you know what I mean? So, I thought it was a brilliant performance by Alon and SD. Both pro debuts, both 1-0s, and we will see them on iKON Fighting Federation very, very soon. All right, so we got the 4 fights. We got the 4 fights we've, Fight Bananas have been covering all these, on the podcast with most of these guys. Jules Scott and AJ Cunningham, the Savage. God, I don't know if UFC Fight Pass on Twitter was blowing this fight up. The end of this fight was Bonner versus Griffin. They were just throwing haymakers with 10 seconds left. Cunningham was a complete savage. A lot of great ground and pound. I talked to him after the fight, and we were going to do a little interview. And I did a ton of content. Instagram, like I said, Twitter, guys. Come on, Fight Bananas, YouTube, subscribe. Go get it. But AJ Cunningham just, to me, looked phenomenal. He seemed like he was disappointed in his performance that he didn't get a finish. But Jules Scott is tough as nails. Jules Scott was doing work himself. Been around the game the long time. He had the crowd in his corner as well. A New Orleans kid. Man, you get a win in this game and you move on. It's blunt, simple, and .com. But like I said, I talked to AJ after the fight. He said he really wanted to stand up more. He wanted something. He threw this spinning back kick 3, 4, 5 times, flying knees. He was looking for a signature stoppage. You know what I mean? He was looking for a signature knockout. Jules Scott wasn't giving it to him. But an unbelievable fight by both men. And AJ, the Savage Cunningham, keep your eyes out. I'm telling you. I had this same feel like Jacob Kilburn 2 years ago for Island Fights. Like, you get I think he's 6-1. I feel AJ is going to do 2, 3, 4 fights here in iKON. Become that veteran, become the name, become a little bit of a mainstay here, and then move on to the UFC. He's that damn good. He's that damn talented. Great kid. Great head on his shoulders. Really, really humble and just good dude. Good dude. I like me some AJ Cunningham, the Savage. Make sure you just check him out, follow him. We'll probably do another podcast very, very soon. We were talking about it last night. Then we go into... there's so many fight of the nights, but we think the fight of the night, Christian Lawson versus Dennis Hughes Jr., which Christian's a Dana White Contender Series alum, Dark Wolf MMA, big shout out to them over there in DeLand, Florida. Fusion XL Performance Center, Phil Rowe was in the building. Julian Williams was in the building. Julian Williams, one of the great coaches in MMA right now. Brilliant mind. Love me some Jay Smooth. And just the fight was a barn burner. It was phenomenal. Dennis Hughes was doing great stand-up in the first round, landing great shots. Christian was throwing back, and we saw some Matt Hughes type of takedowns. We saw some slick Devin Adams and Dean Toll were talking about after the fight, like just top level, black belt top level trip takedown scenarios. And then we saw a transition city population, Dennis Hughes Jr. Christian was banana splits. Just armbar into a twister, into just slamma jamma bama. Just like insane stuff by Christian Lawson. It doesn't get more high level than that. Christian won the fight via unanimous decision. Got a great, I think it was a jab. They were talking about it. Dennis had a kind of a little bit messed up eye after the fight. Got him in just a weird spot in his eye. Hopefully big ups to Dennis. Hopefully he's good and healthy. We enjoyed the hell out of the fight. Probably the FON, the fight of the night, I would think. Lawson Hughes Jr. We go in the co-main. I'm just going to be real. I'm a Sherrard Blackledge guy. I'm a Syndicate MMA guy. Johnny Parsons, so much love, so much respect. Put on a hell of a performance, first round knockout. Nothing but love, nothing but respect to him. But it is what it is in the game. Dude, I'm a Tyler Hill guy. I'm a zombie guy. I got so much respect for him and so much admiration for him. I've just been around for the last 2 years of the game. The Contender Series fight, his fight against Socrates Pierre at Island Fights. He fought his main man, Brock Weaver, at Island Fights, who was in his corner for this show. And, had a great interview with him, great podcast with him on Fight Bananas. Check out the archives. His wife was there. His daughter was there. Just got so much respect and admiration. I did, man. We felt a little gutted. You know what I mean? Just felt I didn't want to see him go out like that. I know he was very, very upset about it, and I just hope nothing but the best, and the future is huge for him. It's the fight game, man. It's the shit's cold, guys. It's just cold. It's unforgiving. It's very callous, and like the old analogy goes, some nights you're the hammer, and some nights you're the goddamn nail. All right, we're going to transition into the main event. Then we're going to preview UFC 253, I promise. Probably just the main event. Maybe a little Bonhovic and Dominic Reyes. But we got to get into this main event. Hassan Askavov, the Black Wolf, versus Cliff Wright Jr. Over 25 fights. Bellator vet. Gritty as hell. Looked good in the weigh-ins. Very not shy. Just aggressive. Just very okay, I know you're the 20-2 fighter. I know you're the American top team, first round management. I know you're the I'm doing air quotes right now, guys, driving on the road, very dangerous, but the golden boy. I know you're the guy, but not on me. But Hassan looked phenomenal. Same thing, a wrestle, and if you haven't watched it on UFC Fight Pass, go back to get it. Hashtag iKON1. You saw a slam in there. It was like Kurt Angle in his prime. Hassan looked phenomenal. His team looked great. Got the win. Drake Infusion CBD water. And, hey, big ups to Fusion, man. They were all over this show, on the mat. Logos everywhere. We had Roy Jones Jr. Supporting Fusion CBD products. Check them out at fusioncbdproducts.com. How about Daniel Martinez, my main man, martinezlaw.com. Just a great, great night. iKON1 Fighter Federation in the books. Big ups to TJ DeSantis, Pro Gonzalez. They were incredible on the mics like always. We went out afterwards. We had a great dinner. Pearl came out. Christian Lawson came out. We had a great time at dinner. Just a phenomenal show. Just the bows on it. Just the you just don't get those in the fight game, the industry. Something happens, a fighter falls off. A fight's a snooze fest. A light bulb breaks. Nothing like that happened. Everything was just iconic. All right, guys, let's talk about UFC 253 tomorrow night. If you're listening to it on today, Friday. If you're listening to it Saturday, hey, happy weekend for you guys. Here we go. Let's get into it. The main event. There's just two matchups that I really want to talk, break down, predict for you. Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya, Paulo Costa, the middleweight UFC championship of this world. Guys, what a 13-0, 19-0. One of the O's has to go. Incredible matchup. Make sure you buy it on ESPN Plus. You're welcome, UFC, like you need more money. But hey, maybe we'll be working together very, very soon. Love this fight. Like I said, for the last month, I'm not going. It was definitely the fight all of us were talking about all weekend long here in Biloxi, Mississippi. All month long, I was with Costa. Not going to lie, just so big, so strong, so fast. It's hard, and he's undefeated for a reason. It's hard not to pick him. Just so aggressive early in the fight. I'm like, nope, going to get it done. The more I think about it, the more I talk to people about it, I think this is a great matchup for Israel now. I think he's going to play counter. He's going to be more precise. He's going to be more sniper. Those movies, remember Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's got like those big, huge machine guns? But like it's a given fact, you're shooting this big, huge, fast, strong machine gun, but it's going all over the place. It's sometimes you're hitting the guy, sometimes you're not. It's just very wild. And I remember playing GoldenEye as a kid with my brothers. And, you have that little sniper gun and you're hiding. You're on the second floor. You don't know. Your opponent doesn't know where you're at. And you just have that little trigger. You see the bullseye. And you're waiting. And you're waiting. And you want the person to come around that corner just reckless. Not taking their time. And pop! You're dead on GoldenEye. You got to restart the game and you lose and your brother beats you up. That's life. That's what I think is going to happen to Israel, guys. I think he's going to sniper him. I think that, to me, Israel's shown that he has enough heart and chin and will gather himself. And I think Costa's going to be a little bit wild. And I think Israel's going to get the job done. I'm totally flipped. Last time I saw, he's like a minus 180 favorite. That's where I'm putting my money. Probably put a little clean 180 on him. Let's win 100. That's the mama. Let's buy her a new bracelet. Let's take out the girls out. You know what I mean? So I got Israel Adesanya and Still. Let's close it with the new light heavyweight UFC champion. Will it be Dominic Reyes or Jan Blachowicz? It's crazy not to think that John Jones is not the champ anymore or Daniel Cormier. But same thing. I think it can go either way. Reyes is a heavy favorite now. Looks like minus 250, 275. Jan's coming back at a plus 220. Honestly, if I'm a betting guy, I might throw a little spot, a little 40, a little 50 dime bag on Jan, because the plus 220 is looking nice, and he's just got so much power on a roll. Won 7 out of his last 8. Just the betting wise. But I'm just picking here. That was for you guys. I got to listen to our guys Inside the Distance podcast. I haven't heard it yet. Got to listen to it. Cannot wait till I get back home. But just to predict, I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes again. I think it's, in a weird way, a little bit like the heavyweight matchup. I think Dominic's going to keep it long, rangy, keep Jan on the outside, pinpoint, snipe. Dominic is undefeated for a reason. He has never lost. I think Dominic Reyes, a lot of people thought he beat John Jones in the Rifle Light Heavyweight Championship. I think he's going to get the job done. So I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes and Israel Adesanya. And there we go. There's the meat and potatoes. UFC 253. I cannot wait. Fight Island is back. We're back on UFC Fight Pass, baby. iKON Fighting Federation 1. iKON 2 will be in San Carlos, Mexico. I believe it's October 22nd. Don't quote me on it. October 20th, October 22nd, somewhere in there. It's that Thursday night, guys. Make sure you get it. Buy UFC Fight Pass. Download the app. Get it on your smart TV. Come on, man. $9.99 a month. So many fights. Titan FC, I believe, is tonight. So many great organizations. Their shows are hilarious. They got great extra rounds. DeSantis and Dean Thomas. And if you want to go bananas, you might have to get that UFC Fight Pass app. Man, so many big things are happening. We're so excited right now. We're so appreciative. I'm Dave Van Auken, guys. Thank you guys so goddamn much. Man, just the overwhelming response of positivity from you guys. I'm feeling it from you. Through your power and positivity and your kind words and your DMs and your calls and your texts. I'm feeling the love. Man, I appreciate you guys. It was just so damn cool all week long. Loving it. All right, guys, I'm out. Dave Van Auken, Fight Bananas Podcast, iKON. Big ups to all the guys there. Much respect. Dean Toole, Keith Valtre, a phenomenal job. I said it once, and I will close with this. We are not here to take part. iKON Fighting Federation, we are here to take over.